Hi, Scott Machine Gun Dad. Welcome back to the channel. We've been doing World War II weapons. Nick's fired the Japanese and the German primary rifles and the Century version of the M1 Garand. We'll do other rifles, and this is part of that series. And in this case, we have a 303 Enfield. This is actually what they would consider World War I configuration, but this one was made in India in 1962. But it's still a British pattern rifle. This one is also made in India in the same factory 5 years later, 1967, but it's in 308. And I thought it would be kind of neat to not only let him shoot the World War II variant, but the post-war variant, and see if he notices any difference or anything like that. We're not going to do close-ups on them because they're freaking Enfields. They made like 40 million of them, so an Enfield's an Enfield is an Enfield. But we are going to show you how they shoot. Let's go outside. Of course, I missed the last one. Nice hit. Where were you aiming?
Where the plate and the post are hooked together.
You hit it. You were an inch high. Slow. Good hit.
Very bottom right.
Shot. Okay, we're outside. I couldn't hit crap with the 303. Nick did a lot better with the 303. I fired like 10 shots. I didn't hit the plate once. He fired 5, and I think he hit the plate 3 times. And then with the 308, it was, I think it was on.
Yeah.
I knew where to shoot. Which one did you like better, and what are the differences?
Well, aside from the whole not being able to hit too accurately part on the 303, I think that's just due to, sights needing adjusted or something like that. I don't think it's any fault of the gun itself or maybe the rounds itself, unless it might be an issue with the barrel, but it looked pretty good. Other than that, I really like the 303 because 303 is a nice round. It felt, to me, it felt like more of a straight back recoil rather than the 308, and the action just, it felt really nice, really smooth. The sights are really nice. I like this butt plate a lot more on the 303 than I do on the 308. Although Scott did tell me that 303 is like double, if not more, the price when it comes to like ammunition and such like that. So if I were to have one just to do what Scott does and collect them and have fun with them, I would take a 303. But if I ever, for some strange reason needed to have a rifle and it was a choice between the two of these, take the 308. Ammo's more available.
The amazing thing about these guns when we did them, Nick hadn't shot them before. And these guns have a tremendous amount of take-up before they get up against the wall. And in one, when he was firing it, I think it was on a 308, he totally missed the target because he didn't allow for the take-up. He snapped it straight through.
Yeah.
Right? And it threw it way high. Enfields are really good bolt actions, but you have to practice with an Enfield to shoot an Enfield properly, which I don't practice with an Enfield. Nick's right. You can't beat 308 ammo versus the price of 303. What's ironic about the 308 ammo we shot out of this Indian gun, we shot Pakistani 308 ammo out of an Indian gun, and if I'm not mistaken, those guys fought it out in a war in '67. So
There's still a little
the gun was probably having a little internal conflict there. The 303, I can't figure out why we were having. I'm thinking maybe the sight was jumping around because we had left and right. It was not moving off left or right. It was just, we'd fire a shot high, low, and then you'd move the sights up, and then you would be too high. And it was doing that. And if the barrel was shot out, it would be all over the place.
Yeah.
It would not be in a vertical line. So something was wrong. And the other thing I noticed is on these guns, both of them, the front sights are really, really, really tiny. And for eyes that when you're looking through Coke bottles, those are pretty hard to pick up. His glasses aren't quite as bad as mine. So overall, your opinion is collect the 303 and shoot the 308?
Oh yeah, because again, I am a massive history nerd. Just the fact that there's a 303 British Enfield in front of me is making me go a little crazy. Because as a kid, I played a bunch of Call of Duty games, the old ones like that. Those are really cool. And then I started getting into the history of it. I started reading up on what patterns they were, how they were adopted, when they were adopted, where they were made, and now being able to see one in front of me, let alone let this man have this man let me shoot them. That is quite nice.
One of the things about the 303s, the World War II British 303s is the Mark. I don't understand. I think it's the Mark IV number 1. I'm not sure.
The way they named
and
things
this is
weird.
a Mark I number 3. But either way, it has a different configuration. I find it interesting. Both these guns were post-war. Both of them were made in India. Both of them were made in the same frickin' factory, 5 years apart. They're still using the World War I configuration. They didn't update the World War II configuration. And this is, 50, 60 years after the First World War. I know it wasn't a big history lesson, but it was a chance to give Nick to shoot another one in the series of the World War II guns, and also shoot one that isn't going to break my bank by shooting 308.
Yeah.
So, thanks again for coming to another episode. Only this time it's not I have this gun on the wall, I have these guns on the wall. Like, subscribe, like, comment.
There you go.
Come see us again.